Whatever it is, it's in your mind. So therefore, it's a possibility. At the end of the day, we are going to all die anyways. If you don't take the risk in this life, you will be on your deathbed just thinking, oh, I didn't get to do that. I didn't get to do that. Wow, I wish I did that. You know, who wants that? Let's backtrack to where it first started. Hello, everyone. My name is Amalia Henry, and welcome to the Perfect Odyssey Podcast. An odyssey is a journey of growth, transformation, and becoming, and that is exactly what this podcast is about. This podcast is for the ones who know they're capable of more and who are ready to stop letting fear, scarcity, self-doubt, and overthinking hold them back from going towards exactly what you know you want. Here we talk about identity, confidence, mindset, entrepreneurship, and what it takes to turn skills, passions, and vision into a life and a business you actually love. Because the biggest thing that I've learned that is standing between you and the life that you want, it's who you believe you are. So let's get into it. First of all, I started this podcast because I have way too many people around me saying, oh my gosh, Amalia, start a podcast. And then this one special person really pushed me. They're like, if I get you the equipment, will you start? I'm like, yeah. So here we are. I just want this podcast to be a journey for us all to really go towards what it is that we want to go towards in this life, go towards those big goals, those dreams, those desires, because why not? It's in your mind. You have the vision in your mind. When you think about it, when you visualize it, it makes you happy. So therefore, even if it makes you scared, even if there's all these things in the background that you're fearful of or you have some doubts about, whatever it is, it's in your mind. So therefore, it's a possibility. It is certainly a possibility. This podcast is really about pushing you to go there, because if you don't take the risk in this life, you will be on your deathbed just thinking, oh, I didn't get to do that. I didn't get to do that. Wow, I wish I did that. You know, who wants that? That thought will constantly be in the back of your mind. What if I did that? At the end of the day, we are going to all die anyways. Therefore, you really just need to live for you. So today we'll be talking about what is on the other side of fear. No risk, no reward. Let's backtrack to where it first started. My business is called Perfect Odyssey Coaching and Wellness. So I help founders, entrepreneurs, creatives, aspiring entrepreneurs with the internal side of building their business, overcoming limiting beliefs, self-doubt. I'm helping with building confidence. And really and truly, what I've realized in my whole journey, it's about the identity that you take on. Before I started my whole journey, before I started my business and everything, I was always so scared to put myself out there on social media. I always wanted to talk about the laws of the universe. And in my mind, I'm thinking, no, this is woo. I don't want anybody to judge me. Yes, I am trying to help other people, but at the same time, people are going to think it's cringe. The likes, the followers, the validation that I would be seeking. Eventually, I had to get over that. I realized that it doesn't even matter. It does not even matter. Are these people putting money in your bank account? If not, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Confirmation. I was using my personal account to start posting more motivational content. I don't remember what video I posted, but this Instagram page with over 30K followers, a blank account, they messaged me and they're like, oh my God, Amalia, this is what you're doing now. This is so inspirational. Da 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 da. But the way that they said that, it was as if they know me. right? So I'm like, who is this? So I actually replied to the page, and it turned out that it was this guy that I spoke to on Snapchat for like less than 5 minutes. It was such a brief conversation. I don't even remember what it is that we said to each other, but it was so brief. It was so brief. Long story short, we built a friendship, and he was basically like, you know what, Amalia, I believe that the message that you are trying to put out there, you need to reach a bigger audience. So here's the account. Here's the account with 30K plus followers. I'm like, what? That is so crazy because before I started posting online, I wrote in my journal that I want 30K plus followers on Instagram and TikTok. I wasn't posting the content consistently when I was doing it from my personal page, but I was trying. So, I was giving myself grace. Even the one post that I posted a month, that was a stepping stone for me, because I knew how hard it was for me to really put myself out there. How I got those thousands of followers, it came from this guy seeing my post and saying, "Oh wow, this is what you're doing. Here's the page." Huh? Huh? That was the moment when I learned that manifestation is real. It is so real. Even before that, I already knew it was real, because I told myself that I wanted to start traveling. I wanted to start doing this, and that. I didn't have the money to do it. But it was then I started to really journal and really get in my mind, like really learn about the limiting beliefs that I have. Why can't I do this? It always came back to money. It always comes back to money. It always comes back to living in scarcity. Like, it always goes back to like the worst case scenario, and I'm not telling people to be irresponsible with their money, make irresponsible decisions and whatnot. But at the time, that's what I wanted to do. That's literally what I wanted to do. I had the craving to go explore the world. I had the craving to not just work and be depressed, especially in the winter. Oh my gosh. That was when I made the decision to start traveling. I made the decision around the mid to end of winter, and I started traveling in the spring. And when I tell you, I got to really know myself, I was so deep in personal development, journaling, meditating, and really understanding thoughts, asking, why do I think that way? Like, where did this belief come from? What's really going on in here? It's really important to ask yourself those questions, because if not, you will stay stuck. You will literally be like a person just going through life, going through the motions. And a lot of people don't take the time, and you can't even blame them for not taking the time, because like so much is happening around the world and in their lives, just working. You don't have the time to just think about yourself and like what's really going on with you. You can't really blame people for not being able to do that. But me, I saw the opportunity a few years ago, and I took it and I ran with it, because I just knew it. I just knew that after I started working my full-time 9 to 5 job, I realized that this is not it. This is not it. A year and a half in, I thought to myself, is this it? Is this it? Because I see people who are in their 50s and 60s still working at the same place. So I'm like, this is not what I want to do with my life. This is not what I want to do with my life. So therefore, I just made a decision to start thinking big. I literally journaled. I wish I had my journal with me today, but it was basically saying, think big, think positive. Don't be this pessimistic person. It could work out. Sometimes we don't know the steps of it actually working out. But if there's a will, there's a way. It can work out. And I've literally gone through so many experiences in my life where I did not know how it was going to work out, but eventually it did. It worked out in the most random way ever. And it turned out to be a logical way in which it worked out. Meeting somebody or having somebody talk about something and it just sparks an idea or something, it just works out. And that's what I've realized in life. It will always work out. It's just a matter of time. If you constantly believe that something is yours, eventually it will be. It will be. Whenever those limiting thoughts, those limiting beliefs come up, those doubts, whatever it is, do what needs to be done to get out of a negative mood. Go for a walk, go for a run, cry. Oh my gosh, cry, 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 cry. I'm telling you, you feel better afterwards. Get up and do things. Clean your room, go to the gym, have something healthy. Do whatever needs to be done to get yourself back in a better mood than just staying down and depressed. Your mental health is most important. I've always said that life is literally a mental challenge. You get up and do whatever needs to be done, like take the actions, but mentally, you have to be there. You have to be there. For example, you not having the resources. Okay, if you don't have the resources, what actions are you taking to get to the resource? Sometimes we don't have the resources, so we just stop. We just say we don't have the resources. We give up, you know? How are you actually going to get there? Do you want it bad enough? If you don't currently have the resources, what are you going to do? Sometimes it's just by taking those small steps. Even though you don't know if it'll actually work out by you taking this small step, you take it regardless. Majority of the time, you have nothing to lose. You have nothing to lose. There must be something that you can do to move forward to having that resource. Could be, sending an email, reaching out to someone, putting yourself out there in any way, shape, or form. Whatever comes to mind, whatever you can do in order to make something happen for you, do it. Do it. What do you have to lose? It really is just about the mindset to get there, knowing that, you know what, I can get there. I don't know how, I don't know when, but I can get there. I can get there. No if, but, or maybe. It's in your mind. It's in your mind. Why not? It doesn't matter where you're starting from. You could be here one day, there the next day. It does not matter. This world is your oyster. We are all here to live out our deepest dreams, desires, goals. We are here to live it out. It is really up to you to know and believe in yourself, believe in whatever you believe in to get you there, whether it's a higher power, God, the universe. Believe in whatever you need to believe in to make things happen. I hope this really helped to give whatever encouragement or motivation needed to either continue or get started. Whatever it is, wherever you are on your journey, keep pushing, keep believing in yourself, and always know that the world is really your oyster. If it's in your mind, you can achieve it. No if, buts, or maybe. Yes, doubts may come along, but do what needs to be done to get back to a grounded state in order to make better decisions, in order to make decisions from a place of abundance versus a place of lack and scarcity. Still take those actions. Consistency over perfection. Consistency over perfection is such a huge thing that we need to really work through. Do what needs to be done. You got it. I believe in you. But yeah, this is just an intro. I really appreciate you guys for listening. Thank you so much for joining. I will be back with another episode next week, so stay tuned. Thank you so much for joining.